Welcome back to my life with plants. I'm Newman, and welcome to my lanai. This is my lanai. Now, if you're thinking of getting one, or if you think you can afford one, it'll set you back about $20 to buy this lanai. I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. Everything here is very cheap, and I don't particularly like it, but this is all I can do for now. In the future, or maybe I have a wealthy friend who will invite me in, and I will become their orchid caregiver. I don't know. Dreams, dreams, dreams. We're not out here to look at the cotyledons, but we'll have another little look at it anyway. It's looking good. It's growing in moss there. It flowered like anything. We're actually here to see something else. Something that is rather special. It's just starting to flower. Hopefully I don't break any of the flower spikes off. Now's a good time. I actually woke up very, very early, okay? Really early, because I believe in not wasting any time on sleep, okay? When it gets to about 3 o'clock, I'll be finding somewhere to sleep because I'll be exhausted. All right. Here they are here. I'll let you have a little time to guess, because I know people like to guess the names of orchids. It's got a lovely fragrance that comes out of it, and had this plant for about a year. I like to say, instead of a year, I like to say I've had it for one summer and one winter, and it's had its second winter with me. It says it can only go down to about 5 degrees, or 10 degrees, believe it or not, is the bare minimum. But in my beautiful Florida lanai there, it's down to about -5. But we have the eaves, and the eaves help a little bit. This plant, this particular orchid, is look at that, it's got a slug on it. It's no good, Mr. Sluggy. You go, put you on the wall there. I haven't even got the heart to kill that. It's been having a munch on the bud there. But mine are growing wild outside, so they get all sorts of things. And we don't have too many slugs, so we're pretty lucky about that. I do find some now and then. And this beautiful thing is Phaeus flavus, which is native to a lot of Pacific islands, Indonesia, even in Australia, tropical Australia, stretches across a lot of the, I think, Vietnam and coastal Asian countries like that, and even into Japan. It's native, but not to this area. However, people have been growing it in this area, and it can grow, maybe not thrive, right? But I can happily say that this one is doing exceptionally well. You can see it's got new growth here and here, and it is a terrestrial. But what's unusual about this? Well, not unusual. It does have the pseudo bulbs, even though it, well, yeah, we have a dry winter here, so it makes sense. They store energy in their bulbs. It's got the nice coriaceous leaves. This one is a little bit ragged on the end because as the leaves get older, they get older, right? And this one stayed evergreen, so it didn't drop its foliage at all. Bias flavus. I forgot to spray my nose, so yes, we have that lovely, beautiful orchid fragrance coming out there. It's a sweet, lemony. All right. Let me just put it back there. All right. It's a shame I have to cover it all in, but we got some pretty. I mean, today isn't a good example, but this is the tropics here, so things are not growing underneath a very shady canopy of trees, and they are going to get burned when that sun comes out. So I have to appreciate it through my beautiful lanai here. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. Well, it's been raining so much that these hostas, I mean, look at the size of these leaves. Not an orchid at all, but you got to admit that this is a beautiful leafy plant. And every year that comes around, this thing gets bigger than last time. And if you don't know what a hosta is, it's in the Asparaceae. Oh, sorry, it's in the Asparaceae family. So it's related to a lot of other plants like agaves and things like that, and even cordyline. This one has a bulbous storage, so it'll die down in the winter and then come away with a flush of new growth for the whole summer. Don't be afraid to love deciduous plants. Deciduous plants are great because all of that foliage that's been munched on by bugs, it all drops off and you get fresh, beautiful new growth. Okay, so what's next? Can you guess? At this time of the year, when we have plenty of rain and it's still cool at night, get this. It's a carpet of them. I'll let you guess the name before I say it. This one is a beautiful alba. All these flowers are pointing down. It's a nice spray of flowers there. And this is the Blatila, which is controversially, well, it's under controversy whether it's native to Japan as well, but it's native to China. Which you would say so because it grows very, very easily. It grows as easy as grass in this climate, and it's got to do with the rain. It's very, very dry in the winter, and then we have cool Mediterranean, no, cool kind of like English almost like an English style spring, where you get rains and then you get sunshine. You get lovely cool evenings, but then you get that tropical summer. Look at those lovely coriaceous leaves, like the fias in a lot of respects, even like a lycast. There's actually other species that have leaves like this too. That's very beautiful. I like it very much. We've got one other one, but it still have. These are butterworts, by the way. They're actually native to Japan. They're big, aren't they? Huge. Um, Orbicula. These are orbicular hestate. As you can see, the way that they come down the bottom there. They're fantastic, and actually they're edible. So here in a lot of the Asian countries, that stalk is edible. You just cut the leaf off and you can boil it and eat it, and it's quite delicious. Put it in your put it in your food, in your cuisine. Right down here, I have another Blatila that's going to have an orangey bloom, so that's great. I had one more and it died, but you never know, it might come back. Under here are the Cymbidiums, by the way, if you caught a glimpse. Right. Let's go and have a look at some blue Blatilas. This side. It's a sea of Blatilas, all growing. And the best time to divide them is any time, except for the monsoon season when it's too wet. They might rot after you've damaged their root system. Over here, these are not orchids. These are my cacti. Up here. Now, if you're having trouble with orchids, and they make your life a misery because they're just so damn hard to culture, and because maybe you don't live in Florida, and you can grow Echinopsis. And yes, they have prickles. But they are very, very hardy, very tough, and they have flowers that I actually like more than orchids. Sorry to say that, didn't mean to, but I've always been attracted to Echinopsis flowers. Big, huge. The appearance of them and the fragrance is like orchids, so they actually call these the Easter lily cactus. And another nickname is orchid cactus, Echinopsis. And what's great about these is that they can handle temperatures down below zero. If you have an extraordinarily wet winter, you can just build a cover over the top and you needn't worry about the cold. Maybe if it gets down to below -10, you might need to burlap them. Put burlap around, and they have magnificent, beautiful, colorful flowers that are fragrant, just like orchids. And why am I growing orchids then? Because I love everything, as I said. I'm just kidding when I say I love those more. How can you not love orchid flowers too? I mean, look at them. This is a native one of Japan. It's moniliforme, Dendrobium moniliforme. And it's starting to get new canes there, and it's a little miniature thing. Look at that. These are the native plants. They're nothing too big. They're very, very small. And on that flower, can you see that bug running around? Can you see it? Hello. I'm gonna let you guess what that is. Orange. It's fast. It has 8 legs. It's busy looking for something to eat. It is a predatory mite. And that predatory mite will eat those nasty two-spotted mite or others that are in that family that suck the life out of your flowers and your stems and your leaves. That one will eat them. These are the ones that you want to culture in your garden. And how do you do that? Let some weeds grow in patches, not all over your garden. But even if you have a pot and you can just grow annual plants or anything, even if it's just weeds, they attract all of these predators. And that is one, okay, of many, many that we all have to learn about. And this predatory mite will eat those mites that are responsible for eating your plants or sucking on them, their proboscis, or their mouth parts, sorry. And not only will they eat those, they will take on aphids and they will eat scale too. Same with lacewing larvae. And if you don't know what the larvae look like, they look like a little short version of a ladybug larvae, but kind of pale in color, and their head bobs around like if somebody was swinging a piece of spaghetti around. They look kind of funny when they walk about, but those things also devour pest bugs. And you have pirate bugs that are often mistaken for stink bugs or shield bugs, but those ones are actually tiny, tiny little things, and they have a proboscis that they suck scale bugs and mealy bugs and all of those nasty things. That's another predatory bug that you have if you introduce weeds to your garden. And of course, ladybugs and their larvae. We've had some outbreaks of aphids many times, and growing weeds and making sure that you have different kinds of flowering plants brings all those ladybugs, and I've been eating them. But to the untrained eye, you would only see the aphids and then go into a spraying spree to get rid of them. Another thing that you can do is if you have an overpopulation of aphids or things like that, prune them off. There's another flowering plant here that's going to bring a lot of more ladybugs that are beneficial. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed watching today's orchids that are in flower from the lanai over there. And we'll see you back next time. And don't forget, looking after your plants is not a chore, it's part of your self-care. Have fun growing plants, and until next time, we'll see you. Bye bye.